Yeah, shout out Leody in the back.
I see Vanessa.
What's up, guys?
Cool.
First things first. Can everybody hear us? Can everyone hear Vinny?
Check, check, check. Check 1, 2.
Nice. And can everyone hear me? Awesome.
I can hear you.
Sweet. I can hear you too, man. How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just chilling out here in Atlanta, waiting for all this stuff to pass.
I know, man. Atlanta, man. Atlanta's a vibe. I want to come back.
Dude, I'm sad that when you were here last, I missed you. We should have. I don't remember what that chicken place is called, but we have to go there next time because I haven't been yet.
Hattie B's.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
Yeah, so good, man. So good. Well,
hell yeah.
Yeah, let's see if anybody's got any questions. Fire some off at us, guys.
Yeah, we're good to go. Throw them in the chat, and
we're ready.
I guess we'll just go through and both answer them, or pick and choose if we can answer. Yeah.
Hope you guys are all doing good, staying safe, staying healthy, drinking water. Okay, when's the Closey remix coming? It's actually coming, I think, within the next few weeks. Honestly, I think the next 6 weeks is the timeline. I'm not too sure.
Damn, I'm stoked for that too. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped on that. How long ago did you guys start working on Forever?
I guess the whole process was maybe like 3 months ago, or 2.5 months ago?
It was fairly quick. Yeah, I feel like some collabs take like a while, but it was pretty quick. We got on those Zoom calls, and then I sent you the idea, and you're like, yeah, I'm stoked on this. And then we just kind of ran with it.
Yeah. Dude, I was actually thinking about this earlier because I figured this was something that someone might ask, but I remember it was because you posted like an Instagram story that was like, man, I've tried like a million drops on this track, and like I can't figure out how to like get it right. And I was like, dude, send it. Like, I'll try and take a stab at it.
Yeah. Okay, that's how it came about.
Sick. Yeah,
right.
Because Rome started it a while ago. I don't know how long ago, but Rome had like a super, super solid idea already by the time he sent it over to me. Like, it was like, in my opinion, it was already so sick.
Mm-hmm. And you just made it even more sick. Yeah, we got on a couple Zoom calls, and that's it, man. I think that's the future of collaboration, is these Zoom calls. Honestly, like, it was perfect. Just like, got your ideas. I was like hammering it out. You kind of give me some input, and we went from there. And then I send you the project, send it back a couple times, and then boom, a couple months in, and we're done.
For sure, that was by far the quickest, like, process-wise. Like, I think we sent it back and forth only 2 or 3 times, and it was just like, we were happy with how everything kind of clicked right away, which was cool.
Yeah. Someone said, why are our walls the same color? I know. Actually, I'm visiting my parents right now, so I'm at their place out here in Murrieta, California. I don't have this color wall at home. I have some decorations at home, too. I feel like my wall's pretty plain here. This is my old room growing up.
It sucks. Yeah. This is like the only corner in the whole room that's like bare and stuff. It just happens to be where the camera's pointing. It's all like lit up, and there's like frogs and fish over here, but like you can't see any of them.
Oh, you got some frogs, dude?
Dude, we do. We got 2 frogs, and one of them has 1 eye, and he's awesome. She's awesome.
Really? Actually. I have a ball python. I had 3 ball pythons,
dude.
But
I've got an empty tank right there for a ball python, or like a corn snake or something like that soon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love reptiles.
How'd you get your name, Vinny?
Is it? How do I get my name? Okay. So the short answer is I had a dream in I would say this is like 2014, and in the dream it was like, if you've ever seen the movie Gladiator, it was like literally like Rome, in that scene where it's kind of like the camera's like doing that long, like, wide angle shot over the whole city. And, but there was no one in the city. and I was just walking through Rome, and the walls of the buildings were dripping in like a liquid silver. It was a pretty trippy dream, honestly. But I kind of woke up and was like, just going over that dream the whole rest of the day, and I figured, hey, let's just run with that.
That's
I had a
actually
pretty
really
weird
sick.
name before that. Yeah,
Wait, what was it? Can you tell us what it was?
I can't say. I don't want to say it. I mean,
That's fair.
no, I can't. I can't say. I'm just a little embarrassed by it. It's just one of those things. I'm
Dude,
sure it's out there somewhere. I might have like a couple songs out, but yeah.
I feel that. I've got some hidden music on the internet as well under a different name that I definitely would like to
Yeah.
keep like under wraps for sure.
Yeah. Well, wait. What about your name though?
Dude, mine, I don't know. I had so many projects with so many different names before this that like it got to the
Mhm.
point where I was basically naming things by just like writing a list of 5 words I really liked and just basically like
Mhm.
polling myself and other people being like which one is like the dopest. But Tails
Yeah.
was just like straight up inspired from
Yeah.
Sonic and Tails. That was like
Hey, there
my
you
whole
go.
childhood.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I get that question a ton as well. Like if it's from Sonic and Tails, and it is 100%. But yeah, mine's pretty simple.
That name. Yeah.
What's the best bird?
Um,
A bit bird.
the best bird, Bitbird, I guess. Yeah. What's the best cat? A monster cat, right? Are you guys planning to release an Uncaged track? Maybe. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, Vinny,
What
do
inspired you
do
guys to
often
make
find yourself
music?
making? Oh damn! Do you
Mhm.
make some heavy stuff in your spare time too, Vinny?
Yeah, I do. I do. I have like, I mean, I make all sorts of stuff, but I definitely have quite a few heavier tracks that I've been sitting on. There's a couple tracks on the EP coming up that are going to be a little bit. Maybe there's like one. There's like a drum and bass track. Um,
Hell yeah!
I've been making some like halftime stuff and stuff like that. So
Hell yeah!
let's see. EP will be out next month. What inspired you to make music, Spencer?
Dude, it was so many things. I grew up playing like guitar and playing in bands and all that sort of stuff. But I think like what got me into electronic stuff and like producing was
Mm-hmm.
honestly just like working with people's schedules as a band was super hard. And I was like a little bit introverted through high school and that sort of thing. So I
Yeah,
just started like, oh, I'll start like adding some electronic drums to like my Beatles cover song. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just
there
like,
you
I can't
go.
play the bass, I don't have one. I'll just put in an electric one. And it kind of just spiraled into like more and more just
Yeah.
making beats. So
So you
yeah,
were in
that's like,
bands, though.
yeah, I played guitar like my whole life. How about
Okay,
you?
awesome. I wasn't in any
I
bands or
like this. I'm
anything,
like
but
learning a ton about you right now, which is actually sick.
yeah. Hey, likewise, dude. No, but I grew up. I mean, I played piano. My mom plays piano. She's pretty good as well. We're sort of a musical, like a pretty artistic family. Like my dad was like an art major or like a film major. I think he double majored in art film. I don't know. So it's kind of like just like very artsy household, and just kind of was making beats for my friends. I live out here. Well, I don't live out here anymore, but I grew up in the high desert, and there's like nothing to do out here. You know what I mean? So I kind of just had to find something to do, and I guess music was the best option.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you did because your stuff is sick.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Who are your top 3 Monster Cat artists?
Mm.
People that release like often on Monster Cat. For me, it's like usually the more mellow artists, Cloud9, Direct, dudes like
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
Some like one timers, like obviously, like I know Drew have a release with Monster Cat, and
Yes.
they're like some of my favorite artists of all time. So they're definitely
Same.
up there.
Mhm.
Honestly, there's a ton. I really love like a lot of like random like one-off releases. I can't remember the artist right now, but like Fireflower, I think it's like Lucid and Holly, is like such an amazing
Mm,
song. Definitely up there with one of my top favorites.
yeah.
How about you, Vinny?
I would
Who do you
say,
like?
well, I was going to say you for sure. And I also like agree with you on Drew Lou. I feel like that song by Drew Lou, what's the song? Bon Voyage. When I first heard that, I was just like, oh
Yeah.
my God, this is insane.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, man. I mean, I have been listening to Direct as well. Super, super dope. Love
Yeah, it's
them.
just like a nice vibe. It's like such perfect, like, I don't know,
Hmm.
hanging out and chilling type music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what a
Let's
bearded dragon
see.
is? Hell yeah. Bearded dude, a
Of
bearded dragon would
course.
be awesome. I see like Grant with his bearded dragon on Instagram like all the time. It looks pretty awesome.
I've never had a bearded dragon before, but I've always wanted one.
Yeah, it's cool that you're like a reptile guy. Got a bunch of snakes and
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. I've had some ball pythons. I've had a couple boas and some carpet pythons as well.
Damn, some big snakes in there too.
Yeah, bro.
Uh
I had some crazy big snakes.
that's so sick. Who are your
Hmm.
biggest inspirations music wise right now, Vinny?
I would say, what's someone I've really been on lately is Robo Talkie. Do
Hell yeah.
you know Robo Talkie?
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my God, it's
Yeah, I was supposed to
so
go on
good.
tour with him, but it got
Yeah, I
canceled because
know.
of COVID. Such a bummer,
I
man.
know, man. Dude, Robo Talkie is insane, man. Yeah, that tour would have been epic. I'm sure it'll still happen though.
Mm, I hope so, man. When shows come back, I hope so.
Hmm.
Do I have a
Yeah.
cobra? No. We had a small snake for a minute, but um, yeah, hopefully gonna get a snake soon. I've got a tank for him and everything all set up. We've got a bunny though, if
Yeah.
you guys can see him.
Oh,
He's
there you
chilling.
go. Dang, that's a big bunny.
He's tiny. He's actually tiny. He looks big, but he's like really
Oh.
small.
Oh,
He's
okay. Yeah,
super
he
cute.
looks big. Yeah.
Oh no! Sorry.
Oh my God. Hey, there you
Aw.
go.
He's so cute though.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so for you, it's like Robotaki. He's a big one for you.
Robo Talkie. Let's see. My roommate was he's been inspiring me lately. He puts out a lot of different stuff. His name is Bonema, like a real low key artist. But
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
see.
yeah. I chatted with him a bit. His stuff is awesome, man.
Yeah, man, his
Like
stuff is
super
really
awesome.
good. Hmm. Oh, Tie Dye Kai as well. Do you know Tie Dye Kai?
No, I don't think so.
Dude,
What kind of vibe is
so
it?
good. He's like he makes like, I don't know, like melodic, like halftime kind of like wonky beats and stuff, but it's so good. Like he put out this
Oh
album.
yeah,
It's called Baby Blue and the Super Moon, and it's so good. Every song on it is
that's
just
awesome.
amazing. Hmm.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
What about you?
Like the big artists that inspire me are like honestly people like Flume, but more so for
Hmm.
like stuff I've been listening to a ton more lately. Um,
Yeah.
there's actually like this crew of beat makers that I've been kind of hanging out with via the internet that all like I don't know, they're really like underground dudes, but like Superlative,
Hmm.
Sola, like
Okay.
yeah, there's like so many like Broken Kid Club. I saw him in here earlier. They're just
Yeah.
like a bunch of dudes making really cool like forward thinking music. Um,
Love that. Yeah.
yeah, all those sort of dudes. I think Quiet Bison's like part of that crew as well. But like
Hmm.
yeah, just like really to me like interesting and inspiring music for sure.
That's what's up,
But
man.
yeah, that's what I've been listening to a ton.
Nice.
Lots of honestly like Duskus and Drulu. They're like my kind of like always on rotation
Yeah.
artists. But yeah,
100%. I feel you.
Do either of
What's
you
your
have a desire to?
favorite? What's your favorite food?
Oh, favorite food? Shit, dude.
Mhm.
I mean, lately, hot pot. We bought a hot pot recently,
Oh,
and we just like make hot pot all the time. That's like
really?
our
Like
staple
shabu?
diet at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. We just like,
nice.
yeah, make broth and just like, I don't know, go to like H Mart and buy a bunch of meat, and that's it.
Yeah,
Make that like every day.
there you go. Nice,
How about you?
dude. I love hot pot. I am I would say I like Mediterranean food and I like Indian food probably more than anything. I'm
Hell
definitely
yeah.
a fiend for that stuff, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a desire to play completely different genre of music live? I do for sure. I mean, like I used to play in bands and perform in a band, and I did love that. Like I liked like the bit more like physical instrument playing. I'd like to move to like a live set one day where it's like maybe a drum kit and a bunch of other like
Hmm.
synths or something like that. But it's a
Yeah.
tough transition, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a tough transition, and like it's so easy to just carry USB and just play like.
Yeah,
It's also DJing is also pretty fun, you know. But I'm with you there. Like getting like a live set down and like playing only your own music. That's always fun, right?
yeah, yeah. That's like the goal for me for sure is to get to like completely original sets, which I think right now they're like
Yeah,
close to 50%, which is kind of nice. That's like definitely
yeah,
better than the years before for sure. But yeah, and I
right.
and too like, dude, I would love to if I could sing and like do that sort of stuff. I would love to like perform as like with a guitar and fucking singing.
Mhm.
That would be awesome, honestly.
Yeah, same, bro.
But
I can't sing, but I wish I could.
oh wait, Broken Kid Club asked a question. Wait, where did it go?
Okay. Yeah, I saw. I think
Um,
it's a little bit further up. The vapor twitch trend.
yeah.
So
To be honest with you, I don't really know what that is.
I don't know either, but
Some
I've heard
old.
of it. I've heard of it. Yeah. Mhm.
Wait, is it like something on Twitch or is it something? Is it like
Like vape
vaporwave music? Like I don't know.
vaporwave. I like vaporwave music.
Yeah, I wish I was like more in the loop with that, but I'm old. I don't know. I don't know these things anymore, man.
Yeah. Singing.
Tell us about your craziest show. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, for me, I think I played a show up in San Francisco. I forgot the name of the venue, but and everyone was just going. It was just like all the kids were going nuts, man. They like I don't know if it's just San Francisco or what, but that was so much fun. What about
Hell
you?
yeah. I got like two come to mind. One was when I played here in Atlanta for the first time, because that's when I met
Hmm.
Leody, who I live with now here in Atlanta, and also
Okay.
sings on Hyperventilate for anyone that knows that track. And then the other ones when I opened for Drulu in LA. Like I've definitely
Mm.
played like maybe bigger shows than that one, but for some reason like the energy, I think you were there.
Are you? Yeah, yeah. You're talking about in Santa Ana, right? At the
Yeah,
observatory.
Anna, yeah. Yeah, dude, for some
Dude,
reason like
that show
the
was
crowd's energy
amazing.
was so good and like everyone knew
Hmm.
like my music when I played and would sing along and just like the energy was nuts. And then the last one that comes to mind is honestly Monster Cat Compound in Vancouver, just cuz like
Mm.
it's like my hometown and the crowds there are always so good and like got a bunch of
Yeah,
friends there, so it's always so fun to play those.
yeah, dude. I know. I'm sure like the kids in your city go crazy. And I'm sure like I feel like the scene in Canada is pretty dope, right?
It is, man. It's quite
Hmm.
cool. Like it took a long time to kind of grow. Like I've been making music as Tails in Vancouver or like in Canada for probably like 5 or 6 years. And at the start of that there
Hmm.
wasn't tons for electronic music shows. It was a lot more like R&B hip hop, and then some like really like underground shows, but they've definitely
Yeah.
like come to light a lot more and like become a lot more like recepted or like received well received. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
jealous of the California life because shows there are so good, man. Like so many people like
Yeah.
go out.
I mean,
But
it's fun. Yeah, definitely the shows, the shows out here are good. I mean, it can get overwhelming though, because, everyone's like, hey, come out to the show this weekend, every weekend, that's the only
yeah,
thing.
true.
I kind of take it for granted though, especially now I take it for granted, with no shows
For
happening. I'm
sure.
like, damn,
For sure.
so
Who would be your dream collabs?
dream collab. Ooh. That's a good question. I mean, probably, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I've really been on Robotalkie lately. I think that would be a really cool collab. But I do also, I want to make some crazy trap stuff with like Troy Boy or something. I feel like that'd be awesome.
Dude, I think your style and
Yeah.
his style would blend like really nicely. You both really have mastered the
Yeah.
kind of like chopping up these really cool short melodies and like arranging them in really cool ways. Like,
Yeah.
I've always loved that about your music and his music.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I've been making a lot of like house music as well. And I was gonna say like a Disclosure collab would that'd be nuts.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
absolutely
heavy.
wild.
Yeah, bro. I'm a heavy Disclosure fan. So
Yeah.
the
yeah.
differences though, like Troy Boy and Disclosure, it's like such a
Yeah.
wide gap. I'm like,
It's cool though, because I think like for sure if you like listen to your music at least, like in my opinion, you kind of like live in a lane between that for sure.
yeah,
Like you got kind of the cool smoothness and like nice chords of Disclosure, but then like the trappy kind of like
hmm
I don't know what the word is for like
yeah,
Troy Boy's
like the
vibe, but you've
he's
got
just
a bit
got
of that. The bounce, yeah.
Yeah, the bounce. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
What about for you?
Honestly, for me, like a lot of it isn't so much like in the electronic world. Like I really, really love like I don't know, like dream collab would probably be like Tom York of Radiohead. Like I've been a fan of him forever.
Mhm.
Or like I don't know if anyone knows Animal Collective. They're like a band from New York, but like they
Yes.
inspired me a ton when I was getting into making beats, even though they're a little bit more indie. But yeah, I like that crossover. I like the indie electronic crossover a ton. So working with like vocalists in like the indie world, like to
Mhm.
me would be really
Okay.
sick. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, that's like kind of the vibe that I
Yeah.
like.
Love it, dude. I'm definitely into the indie stuff as well.
Hell yeah.
You know who's killing it right now, and like I feel like they've always been killing it is Versace. He's from Canada
dude,
too,
Zach.
I believe.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's from Toronto. He's unreal. Like he's always been
Bro,
so good at making beats. He started singing, and now he's
never
like
misses, dude.
crushes.
He never misses, dude. It's crazy.
His new song with Ford is wonderful. I've been listening to it a ton.
So good. Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I've actually thought about that as well. Like, cause we chat quite a bit
Mhm.
still, cause we like used to just back in the day. But working with him would be really unreal. His vocals are great.
Yeah. He really found his own lane. Like he's in that indie lane now, and he just kind of like ran with it. You know what I mean?
Which is great because he's
Yeah,
got
I
the
love
production chops like to back it up. He's
Mhm.
such a great writer. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
Can
100%.
we
man.
hear some Beatles cover stuff?
That'd be
Bro,
dope.
there are recordings out there. I don't know if they're on the internet. Actually, I know that they are, but
There you go.
no one will ever find them, dude. They are so buried.
Some Beatles cover stuff. There you go. Let's see. Oh yeah, someone
Lots
said
of
Rome
people
Silver and Bauer. I feel like that's also necessary. Like I'm a huge Bauer fan as well. That'd be awesome.
Dude, that should happen for sure.
Yeah, Ivy Lab too. That'd be awesome. Oh yeah, you and Ford. That sounds like a dream. right there.
Dude, I've been listening to so much Ford lately. I've got like
Mm-hmm.
on the EP that I'm just wrapping up right now, like a track on there's
Mm-hmm.
pretty inspired by Ford. Like, definitely wanted to have like a bit of that cool like lo-fi vibe because I used to do a lot of lo-fi stuff with the Tails project as well.
Yeah.
What was the
Feel
first
that.
song in the Tails set? That is the first track off my new EP.
Ooh,
Yeah, I hope you liked it.
that one was awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah, thank you. Vinny, have you sang on any of your? Do you sing on your tracks ever?
Dude, no, I actually like my voice is pretty monotone. I think I've mentioned this on Twitter before, but I sort of got in this like accident. So I have like a super monotone voice and like it can't go up to a certain register. So like I can, my voice fluctuates, but it's not like it used to be. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's a long story, but anyways, I used to be able to sing like okay, but I kind of just gave up on it. But I think
Damn. How long ago was
that's why
if you don't mind me asking?
that that was 2015, about 5 years ago.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. For me,
Tracks
I've
since
got a
then.
few songs that I've sang on, but I don't know if they'll ever see the light of day. I like to like sing out ideas and then generally
Mhm.
kind of like flip them over to somebody else who can actually sing and like work with them on that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a few. I actually had a song that I was really stoked on, and then if anybody knows like how much computer problems I've been having in the last like year almost, I've lost like a bunch of recordings and like yeah. So
Mm.
they probably won't see the light of day. But I do like to sing for fun. Just like not very good at it, but that's fair.
Do you write your own stuff? Like if there's a vocalist on it, do you write the lyrics? Like have you written anything like with the beach season song or
Actually,
anything?
dude, to be honest, everything that's come out, like the track,
Mhm.
like Ghosted and like Skeleton, all those sort of things.
Mhm. Yeah.
Those ones have all actually just been like basically I'll send like a demo over and the first take that
They'll
comes
just ride
back,
over it.
they're just perfect. And I'm like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to change it. Like Paulina's vocal on Ghosted is literally her like first demo scratch vocal that she sent to me, and that's like the
Really?
vocal in the song. Yeah. And then I think she went back and
Yeah.
did like the second verse after. But dude, she just
Mm.
like she was like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
really busy with things. Like, I might get back soon." And then the next day, she like flipped over the vocal, and that's like what the vocal is now. Same with Beach Season. They were
Wow.
just like, "Here's the
Yeah.
thing," and then they redid parts, but like it was just done. Like they clicked right away.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
how about you? Do you usually like take part in the writing process of lyrics and?
Not usually, but there have been times recently where I've been trying to get into it a little bit more, and but for the most part, no. And especially like a lot of my songs up until this point were just sampled. Like I just took like a splice vocal, or I think with Forever that was just a splice vocal,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I am working with vocals, it's usually just like a phrase or like a sample from a sample pack, and I just like working that way because I can like just chop it up real quick, pull it from the sample pack, and do whatever. I'm too impatient to
honest,
like
man.
get in the studio. Mm-hmm.
Dude, exactly
Yeah.
what I was just gonna say. I have such a struggle with that. Like, for me, getting
Yeah.
vocals and top lines has been probably the biggest thing that's like slowed down processes. Just because, like, A,
Yeah.
I'm like pretty picky, and B,
Yeah. Same.
I just like, yeah, it's a tough process. It's definitely a different process than like writing music yourself. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I agree,
any
man.
advice for young producers? Do you want to go first on that one, Vinny? What would be some
Any
like
advice for young producers? I would say, well, since there's a lot of noise right now, I would say just get as much music out as you can. That's the only thing you can do. Like some people, newer artists tend to like sit on their music for a while still and stack it up, and that's good. But I would say just get it out as fast as you can, and try to get yourself heard. Um, and don't get discouraged, and just know that it takes a while, and just have patience and be persistent, and that's it. Never stop learning. Always be
Hell yeah.
watching tutorials and grinding, and give up all that time that you could be partying and whatnot. Just give it up, and work on music while all your friends are out partying.
Yeah, definitely be on the grind. To
Yeah.
build on that too, like when you're a young producer, that is your chance to like experiment super heavily with different styles and different like techniques. For example, like when you're first starting out and you're releasing music, you've got the freedom to put out whatever you like. See how people respond to that. See like what sort of like audiences you can grow with that. And if it doesn't work and you don't like it, it's always a time where you can pull it back. Once you've kind of started to establish more, it gets a lot harder to test the waters with things without having like a little bit more like negative fallout from
Backlash.
that. Yeah, so like at the start, like try everything. Try like every genre that interests you, just try it. Like see how like your growing fan base responds to that at the time. Like that's something that like I definitely tried to do a lot at the start. Like, dude, I was putting out like boom bap tracks, and the next day I put like a drum and bass track, and the next day I put out like a trap track, and kind of just see what people liked. And like I enjoy making all of them, so it was just like, I don't know. That's what worked for me for sure.
Yeah, man, trial and error,
Yeah, definitely. But yeah. Oh, dude, okay. Broken. I had no idea that's what people called it. But yeah. All you dudes are super, super sick. I'll put that in the old memory bank. Vapor Twitch. Okay.
Vapor Twitch. Is that like the new
Cool.
That's the new genre?
It's kind of like the hi, this is Flume, like
granular
synth, like
I
that
see.
sort of vibe.
Okay. That's a good name for it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's good to know.
Awesome. Was it hard to land on the specific? Okay, you want to answer a question, or you want me to?
I was just looking at this one up here that was where is it? Oh damn. Maybe you can't find it anymore.
We could do this one. How long does it take to finish a track? That's always, I would say it's always going to be different, and usually the better songs, I feel like I speak for a lot of people on this. I mean, you might be different, but I do notice that the songs that are made like really fast tend to be like the better songs. You know what I mean? Songs that take like months and months and even years are kind of like just, I don't know, the people don't connect with them as more. I feel like the ones that come together super quick and you get them out and like everyone's like, oh, this is awesome. I don't know, right?
Dude, yeah, there's like such a funny kind of like, I don't know what the word would be for like the relationship between it, but you always see these artists that are like, I've worked on this for like years and like here it is, I'm so excited to share it, and everyone's like, oh cool, man. And then like they're like, yo, I made this in 15 minutes the other day, and everyone's like, this is your greatest work.
Oh my, like, yeah, they're all just like, what?
10 million plays on Spotify. You're like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I know,
but
man.
Dude,
it's crazy.
For me, like I've got tracks on my EP that I've been working on for such a long time, and like in between that, like working on those, like that body of work, I've like had tracks that have just come together in like a few days and put them out, and exactly like you said, like they're the ones that have like, I don't know, done well, and just like, it's strange. It's such a strange thing.
It is strange, man. Yeah.
Don't be like discouraged to work on a track for a super long time though. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm sure you're the same. You've probably worked on a few tracks for a super, super long time, but there's really no straight path to the end of a track. Like sometimes it's a bit more of a journey.
I agree, man. Yeah,
Atomic
there.
Micro.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say I use Ableton to make music, and I think Vinny does too.
Hmm. That's right. I was on Logic for like I would say the first 5 years or so of producing, and then I switched to Ableton.
Oh damn,
Never looked back.
Logic
Yeah,
is tough.
yeah, man. Logic. Well, I mean, yeah, it's switching from GarageBand. Like, I guess you could say I started on GarageBand because like a long time ago,
Word.
you know. Yeah, and then I got Logic, and then I was using that for a while, and I just kind of I knew everyone's like, oh, you got to try Ableton, you got to try Ableton. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And then it took me like just a weekend of messing around, and I was like, all right, I'm never going back.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. I tried to do the opposite. I tried to go to Logic at one point a few years ago, and like
Oh,
between like MIDI tracks, just like not launching any sounds and like all this like weird stuff, I was
yeah,
just like, no, there's no chance, man. I'm just gonna stick with Ableton.
yeah. I do want to try FL though. I've been meaning to try FL just to give it a
Yeah, it
shot.
seems sick actually. FL seems
Right?
pretty cool. I know a lot of my favorite producers use
Yeah,
FL, so I mean, definitely some cool stuff with it. I feel like Tails
exactly.
would be a good singer. No, nope, not true. I wish, dude. I wish. What superstitions do you have?
I don't know. Ghosts in general, like, do we? I mean, I don't know. Is that what the question is? Like, do we believe in like
Yeah,
some
like
creepy
what?
stuff?
Yeah, like it's like if you
Oh,
step on a
oh, or if
crack,
we
you like break your mother's back. You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
I have like lucky socks that I'll wear, and I mean that's kind of a superstitious kind of thing, you know. But if I'm doing
yeah,
something
for
like
sure.
important, I'll put on my lucky socks, you know.
That's
Is
actually
that?
sick. I think that's one for
Yeah,
sure. I like
yeah.
haven't really ever had any until I met Leoty. Um, and now like anytime I say anything that could jinx anything, I like have to knock on wood, and it's become a habit. But
Hmm.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I
knocking on
don't
wood.
not
Yes.
believe. Yeah, I don't not believe in like maybe ghosts and that sort of stuff, but I don't know. Not something
Hmm.
that I think about too much.
Yeah.
Um, how to make music out of the box that's not very generic so you stand out. Um, for me, it's just taking risks. Like when I'm listening to
Hmm.
something and like start thinking, oh man, like are other people gonna like this? That's when I'm usually like, okay, like I this idea I should maybe pursue. Because if it's something that I like and it stirs that question, like, oh, is this gonna be something like weird? Like, could this go 50-50 on how it's received? That's usually something that I'll be like, yeah, I'll try that a little bit more then and see if I can hone that idea in. Because it usually to me means it's something that's like a little bit more experimental or a little bit more like different.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say another thing too is just to try to channel all your influences as best you can. So like if you like me and you too, Spencer, like we listen to, you know, all sorts of stuff from like indie music and like hip hop and whatnot. Just try to channel that as best you can. I feel like that's how you make music that's very like eclectic, you know, and it stands out and people kind of recognize you for a certain style or sound because you're able to like hone in on your influences, you know. And like sometimes what I'll do is like I'll take like a genre like an indie song, you know, and I'll put it in Ableton and try to like recreate their drums or whatnot, and then what starts out as like an indie song will slowly start turning into a more electronic song to something that I can give to my fans, you know, and then that's how it's kind of its own vibe, you know, if that makes sense.
yeah, definitely. I think too, like another thing to kind of think about too is when you're trying to like make yourself stand out and like create your own sound and vibe, consider too that like a lot of your mixing choices, if you're a producer, those like kind of help determine what your vibe is. So if you're taking like musical risks and like none of your music seems to like, it doesn't feel very like cohesive to you, consider that the
Hmm.
listener will see it a little bit more cohesively because of your mixing choices. Like I've found for me,
Yes.
I'll make stuff that I don't think sounds like me at all, and my homies will be like, "Oh, it sounds
Hmm.
exactly like you," just because of like your snare choice or like how loud your kick is or
Mhm.
how loud your bass is. Like everyone's kind of develops their own like relationship between sounds within their tracks, and I think that like
Mhm.
stands to make your like individual sound super super strong if you like, yeah, are consistent with your mixing and
Yes,
that sort of thing.
I agree, man.
But
100%.
hell yeah, bring back the bun. I wish I could. He has
Did
gone back into his little home.
uh, all right, it's just you want to do like one more? Okay, I'll do. There's two more. First one. When are we getting merch? I'm gonna try to do merch soon. Vanessa, that's for you. Let's see. Is there any place you love to travel to? That's gonna be our last question, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
I'm actually planning. I think once COVID kind of, I don't know, once the restrictions ease up and like we're able to, go out of the country and everything's safe, I think I'm gonna go to Asia and write some music over there. Just take my laptop and just write some music in like Cambodia or something. That's what I
Dude,
want to do.
that would be so sick. That would be really,
Yeah,
really
man.
dope.
What
I
about you?
think
What do you?
first up for me, dude, to be honest, I haven't really done much traveling in my life. Like, I've been around pretty much all of the United States, like playing shows and like all through Canada and that sort of thing. But besides that, I've never been to a different country. So, um,
Mm,
a place that like I really want to go after this is Korea and Taipei. Those are like the
okay.
two places that I want to go, like just not for music, just to like fuck around and
Yeah.
like experience them and just like, I don't know, be in a different culture and see a different part of the world
There
for
you go.
sure. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to um, Korea as well. South Korea, be awesome.
Dude, I said not for music, but like their music scene is really dope too. There's a lot of really cool
Oh, really?
producers from Korea. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like I mean, they're the K-pop and stuff. That too. It's like a cultural phenomenon, just reaching all areas of the world. They're doing something
Definitely.
crazy over there. Yeah.
Ah, did I swear? Ah, dang it. I tried so
Oh,
hard not to the
dude.
whole time. I apologize. Sorry, Monster Cat. That's on me.
Oh no, it's all good.
No. Um,
All
yeah.
right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. Um, Glad to answer some questions for you, and hope you guys like the new one. And yeah,
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for chilling for the sets as well.
yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. I'm out.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.